Today we will be seeing how we can examine the hands of a patient. It is a very important area because it can give you a lot of clues about what systemic illnesses the patient may have. We have to remember, when examining the hands of the patient, we have to be extremely gentle. First, I would like to introduce myself to the patient. ආයුබෝවන් මම වෛද්‍යවරියක් අද්දක පරීක්ෂාකාර කමන්නක්. Thereafter, I will have to tell him that I may cause pain, and if I'm doing so, to tell me. මම බලද්දී කැක්කුමක් ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම වුණොත් මට කියන්න. මම එහෙනම් පරීක්ෂා කරන එක නවත්තන්න. We must also have a surface such as a pillow or a hard file cover for the patient to rest his hands on. On the examination of the patient's hands, I will first start by doing a good inspection. I will look for any joint deformities such as ulnar deviation, which may occur at the level of the wrist joint or the metacarpophalangeal joints. I will also look for cutaneous deformities, that is a buttonhole deformity, where the finger would look like this, with hyperflexion at the proximal interphalangeal joint and hyperextension at the distal interphalangeal joint. I would also look for swan neck deformities. I would look for Z thumbing. Then I would look for any swelling of the joints and any surgical scars. The surgical scars could be due to tendon repairs or tendon transpositions or joint replacements. You must also look for any skin changes on the dorsal aspect of the patient. The patient may have a Grottrand's rash over the knuckles in dermatomyositis. In between the joints, in the interphalangeal area, we may see a rash in SLE. We may rarely see psoriatic rashes in this area as well. Then we will look at his nails. There I will be looking for onycholysis, nail pitting and salmon patches of the nails. Now we will start palpating his hands. Here I would like to look for two features which would tell me how active his disease is. One thing is the warmth of his joints. I will check the warmth of his joints with the dorsal aspect of my fingers, like this. Thereafter, I will look for tenderness of the joints. While doing tenderness, you have to do each joint individually, like this. And at the same time, you have a look at the patient's face to see whether he is in pain. Then I would ask the patient to supinate his hands, and while he does it, comment on that, because that is also an aspect of function of his hands. While inspecting the palm aspect, I would again look for any muscle wasting of the thenar and the hypothenar minimi. I would look for any wasting of the palps of his fingers. I would also look for any surgical scars, such as that of a carpal tunnel release. Then I would like to palpate this patient and look for muscle power. I would like to inspect his interosal by asking him to hold this piece of paper between his fingers while I try to pull it out. ඔයාට තියෙන්නේ මේක ඇඟිලි අතර රඳව ගන්න. මට ගන්න දෙන්න එපා. හරි දැන් අතරින්. දිහා පැත්තට ගන්න. right මට ගන්න දෙන්න. Okay. I was checking adduction of his fingers. Now I will see how he can abduct his fingers. මම මෙහෙම ලං කරන්න හදනවා. ඔයාලට ලං කරන්න දෙන්න එපා. ඔයාට ඈඩ් කරන්න. right. Next, I would like to examine his thumbs for flexion and extension. I am checking flexion of his thumb. අත මෙහෙම තියාගෙන පුතුල තියාගෙන සීනිම දිහාවට උස්සන්න. මම හදන්නේ ඇඟිල්ල පහත් කරලා තියන්න. ඔයා මට විරුද්ධ දේ කරන්න. Then I will check opposition of his thumbs. මෙහෙම කරන්න මට කඩන්න දෙන්න එපා. ඒ වගේ කරන්න නැත්නම් මට කඩන්න දෙන්න එපා. අනිත් ඇඟිල්ල එකත් එහෙම කරන්න මට කඩන්න දෙන්න එපා. So the opposition of the thumbs is normal. Now I would be looking for the function of the hand by doing two grasp tests. One is the cylindrical grasp. I will give my fingers to this patient and ask him to tighten them as much as possible. මගේ ඇඟිලි දෙක උපරිම ශක්තිය විතර තද කරන්න මට ගන්න දෙන්න එපා. හරි. Next, I will be checking the pincer grasp. මේ කාසිය වගේ ඇඟිලි දෙකකින් මම වගේ අල්ල ගන්න මට ගන්න දෙන්න එපා. දැන් ඒක එහා පැත්තෙන් හරි දෙනවා ගන්න. Next, I will be doing a quick neurological examination of the distribution of the ulnar nerve in the medial 1.5 fingers and of the median nerve of the lateral 1.5 fingers and of the radial nerve in the web space between the thumb and the index finger. Making අනිදකට උඩක් වගේ තේරෙනවද කියන්න තේරෙනවද? right. ඇස් දෙක හදන්න. දැන් මට කියන්න මේ හරියට එහෙම උඩ වගේ තේරෙනවා කියලා. ඒ උඩ වගේ දැනෙනකොට 1 1 1 කියන. හරිද? 1 Thereafter, I will be looking at his forearms. And I will be looking for any evidence of any psoriatic patches or rheumatoid nodules. Rheumatoid nodules may not be visible, so I will actually palpate along the extensive border of his forearm, looking for rheumatoid nodules. Then I will thank the patient for his cooperation. Mr.